ICQ, the messaging.
Oh, yeah. God, I haven't thought about ICQ in a million years.
Yeah, we were playing Ultima Online, and we used ICQ to talk. You know, it was a third-party program or whatever, but it had an option just to randomly find a motherfucker. You know, just like find me somebody strange, and we'll start talking.
Yep.
And I met the dude that was the curator of the Toronto Zoo, and him and his wife had accumulated so many miles that they offered to fly me and my girlfriend at the time to Toronto for free, and we could stay in their house and go chill in the zoo and check out behind the scenes and spend our money on Ontario place. It was amazing. It was great. Yeah. Oh man, I must have gained 20 pounds. I ate so much. It was cool. They had a bald eagle show in the front that was really kind of cool. You noticed all of they got these seagulls everywhere, but when they brought the eagles out, the seagulls just didn't want to be around anymore. They were
right.
Like, wow, yeah. Find something else to do.
Right. All right. So yeah, no Corey. He's dealing with the loss of a pet, and Kevin is at a game con this week. He'll be back next week. But welcome to the Pirates of Drinax. We'll be picking up where we left off last week. The travelers are currently locked in the officers' quarters above the functioning portion of the Von Braun high port over the mysterious planet BT-SHT 365, otherwise known as Vimarta. Before we get started, I'd like to thank one of the friends of the Greenwater Guildhall. These are not sponsorships or partnerships of any kind. These are just products that we really like, and tonight we would like to thank Speechless Bard. She makes beautiful leather products for your tabletop role-playing games, such as leather covers for your core rulebook. She's got a dice rolling mat that when you roll it up, it looks like a spell scroll, and she's got leather dice bracelets that you know, if you like to show off your geeky side. And all of her stuff is customizable in numerous ways. She does all of the artwork by hand. She's an amazingly talented artist. She does just incredible work. If you are in the U.S. and you're ordering, especially if it's for a gift idea, such as a birthday or the holidays, which are, you know, quickly approaching, give yourself a little bit of extra time when you order. You know, you might want to even consider starting those orders now because of shipping issues. The whole supply chain worldwide problems. It's not just us, guys. It's everybody. So yeah, order now. She is in the UK. Takes a little bit of time to cross the pond. If you're a fan of our Wednesday Night Traveler game, we do have a website, which I missed the check mark on my to-do list. I was supposed to write another article for that website. I'll get on it, I promise. But if you're a fan of tonight's game, we do have a website via Obsidian Portal. The adventure log is written as Traveler News Service articles that deal with everything going on in the Trojan Reach, sometimes news from the outside filters in. You know, big political news, for instance. The Travelers are starting to gain more and more front page news with their antics. If you like the content, please go to the front of the page or the front of the site and give us a thumbs up. We like to see those fan likes, and we hope you enjoy. So, now before we start, I should make a point. So, if you remember last week, Dr. Hardecker, Savril Hardecker, he gave you guys he gave you an opportunity to help him with the one of his experiments, which is the captured girl who is kept in his. It used to be a mental health ward, but he's using it as a laboratory. She's in there naked and tied up and gagged. He says her name is 37, and he's been trying to artificially inseminate her, but it's not working. And he thinks that maybe you could help him out And so that was his offer to you guys. And then he told you to just sleep on it, and he will talk to you in the morning about what you decided. And he took you to the officers' quarters. This is, as you can see, this is the map that I have created. This is the officers' quarters. It is a suite system. This little room back here is a bathroom with a jacuzzi tub. And the doors are locked, and there are 2 of his security droids stationed out front. You can see there's a window in each of these doors. Now, the part that I should mention to you, you were not disarmed. You have, you know, your battle dress, you have all of your weapons. That wasn't even apparently a thought on his mind. So, you guys, I know, have been, well, I know that you have some ideas. You've been mulling this whole thing over since last week. What do you guys want to do?
I'm trying to remember if Lady Mar wanted us to kill this guy or bring him back. I can't remember what she wants.
So she didn't really need him. She just needs any of the research that he might have, which you guys haven't really dug into yet. Now, there are plenty of computer terminals. This is the common area for this officer suite, and then each of these rooms off of it is an individual bedroom, more or less. But there is access to computer terminals, so if Ting wants to do his thing, he could totally start trying his intrusion and all of that.
Actually, I was wanting to find out if all the robots and all that are talking to each other with the comms there.
Interesting.
See, yeah, I'd like to know about that if
so,
I could.
Without even making a roll, I can tell you, you do determine that there is a encrypted line of communication your initial assumption is there is a encrypted line of wireless communication from the robots to the command center, to ops. However, you do determine that you can see that this line of communication isn't really going directly to ops. It is moving. And I will allow anybody who wants to make a electronics communications plus intellect or education check. It will be a average check. Depending on how well you do, there will be more or less information.
So 2 plus 3, 2 plus. I want to, while we're all coming up with numbers, I got an 8, by the way.
Okay.
I would like to see if they're going on every intervals. Are they checking in, or the appearance of checking in, even if it's encrypted? I would still like to, if it looks like they're checking in on a regular interval and shooting the same message every periodically, I would like to record that so I could broadcast it myself later.
Okay.
Does any? I'm gonna try to get one of their check-in things, and that's. So that way, if I want to say, hey, I'm a robot and I'm okay, or whatever it is they say during their check-in, who am I to judge? I'd just like to have that on record as being able to broadcast that with my Neuralink.
Okay. So does anybody else want to try to make a comms check?
So I got 10.
Okay.
I got 7. I didn't do so hot.
So Ting, on your 8, you determine that the connection between all of the droids, and there is a vast army of them, is not actually, I mean, currently it is going to the ops center, but it's not really going to a connection in, as part of the ops center. It's actually going to Dr. Chevril Hardecker directly.
Yeah, I assumed when you said it was moving.
Keith, with your 10, you do determine that there is a check-in routine. Not so much, it's not so much, a voice communication or anything like that. It's a ping. So it's essentially, it's just like your cell phone. If you watch your cell phone, your bars long enough, you will see every once in a while that, and this is true on 4 or 5G, you will see that the arrows go up and down so often, and you might not be doing anything. You could be reading a PDF file that's on your device, and they'll still do that. And basically what that is your cell phone telling the tower its location and that it's still active. That's all it's doing. And that's basically what these robots are doing. With a 10, you note that you're able to encrypt or decrypt enough of it, that this communication, that it's basically giving their position, their current status, which is either going to be guard mode or patrol mode or active hostilities. And right now, the 2 outside your door are broadcasting guard mode. And that's about all that this information is being sent out from them. Now, like I said, this room does have computer terminals. There's like a big screen TV. So if you wanted to manually jack in to this network, there's a whole bunch of stuff that you could do with computers.
Well, yeah, I'd like to do that as well. I mean, I can obviously tell that it's sitting there just for my personal use. I could probably sit here and we're looking for, I want to see if I can find data pertaining to the bioweapons or anything that perhaps would be useful for me to copy and bring back to our pirate lord. What I want to do, I think that's my primary job right now, more than shenanigans.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken.
So make a electronics, computers plus intellect or EDU, and you can add your intrusion because there is some security on this. And while you're doing that, what are the rest of you talking about doing?
Excuse me. My thought is, as soon as he tries to get into the system, the relatively harmless security posted outside will probably change its mind and become a little bit more harmless, because I'm sure that there's going to be anti-penetration alarms or what have you, but maybe he's scored so well it won't matter and he'll get past that.
15.
Yeah.
So before we get to you, Ting, so Beth, what did you have on your mind?
I think the optimal outcome here is somehow getting that dude in a low berth and taking him back to Lady Amar so she can do whatever she wants with him. It's probably pretty unlikely. But what I'm interested in is looking up information about 37, like where she came from, or if there's like receipts that show that Judecco sold a human being for research purposes, stuff like that.
Okay.
So I want to.
So that may all come out of Ting's investigation. Keith, did you have anything that you wanted to toss in?
Yeah, I want to investigate the doors and figure out what the mechanism is and whether or not it's easy to open. I don't want to open it yet,
Okay. So, Keith, you can make... go ahead and make a mechanical or a mechanic check.
Eight.
So with your mechanic check of 8, you do determine that there... So this is a electronic... obviously, it's a computerized door system. However, there is a mechanical lock. And these doors, these two doors, there are... One side has a series of holes, the other side has a series of pistons. And there's 3 of these pistons, and they just kind of lock in, and that's what locks the door shut. But ultimately, the end of those pistons, it's a magnetic lock. So it could be... You could unlock these doors either through mechanical means or via electronic means.
Cool.
There's really... there would be equal chance to set off like an alarm either way. So Ting, on your 15, you get in, and you're perusing. You are in this vast. Well, it's not vast. You're in this network that. It's unlike most networks that you're used to. You're used to being in a network where you can see that it's connected outside of itself, that it's going somewhere. This is not like that. This is self-contained. It doesn't go anywhere because there's literally nowhere for it to go. But there are a number of data libraries available. There are some concerning hydroponics. There's some concerning history. There's of course a large group of files concerning operations of the functioning portions of the high port itself. And then you find a very complex labyrinth of data files for the medical section.
Yeah. Our primary goal is the medical files. I'll have to coordinate with Captain Beth, the medical officer, probably to figure out what exactly I'm wanting. I will call her over.
Okay.
And, look, I've found all these medical files, and I don't know what the fuck any of this stuff means.
So, you find some of these medical files go back, and it really depends on which section that you're searching. For instance, there is a personnel folder.
Ooh, if we could find... Well, no, see, she got infected by something. She didn't get test subjects, right? The Pirate Lord of Palindrome?
Make a... Beth, do you have electronics computers?
I have electronic sensors, but not computers.
You can make an electronics computers check, so it's electronics 0, and add your intellect or education.
11.
Holy shit. Okay, so Beth, you realize that these folders, for instance, the personnel folder, the last updated date on the personnel folder is 2,000 years old. However, there is a research folder that has been updated in the last 2 hours.
What's in there?
Yeah.
So, Ting, you'll need to make another computer plus intellect or EDU plus your intrusion because it is password protected.
All right, here we go. Oops, I entered it wrong.
Haha, you entered the password wrong.
14.
So, okay, you exactly nailed what you needed. So, you get into this folder and you learn a couple of pieces of information. The first thing is that you learn a little bit of background about 37. 37 was a failed project from General Development Corporation. Essentially, what it looks like is that Judecca was trying to take the Widow program to make psionically enhanced clones that could be used as assassins. And the Judecca report states that 37 is considered a failure. She's incapable of speech. She has not shown adequate psionic potential. And it does say that she excels at hand-to-hand combat.
Ooh, cool.
Aside from that, the Judecca report basically states that she is invaluable, or she is not valuable to them as any further training. She's basically a blank wall for them. She's not going to go anywhere. And so they traded her to Dr. Hardecker in return for some of his research.
I would like to copy this whole file over to my personal computer for future evidence.
Okay.
That just looks like juicy tidbits of information that certain companies might not like being used against them.
It does list that 37's training and inception was the origin of it was the planet Blue.
Ooh.
So how is the personnel file have an update from 2,000 years ago? Is this guy like a robot or something?
So
Like,
you open the personnel file. It's not password locked. And the personnel file has medical records for there are literally hundreds of people in here. You find the personnel record, not hard to do, for Dr. Savril Hardecker. When you open that file, the picture in the file is not the person that you have been dealing with. Doesn't look like him at all.
okay, so he's somebody else. Assumed his identity. So probably not, maybe. He's got to be really enhanced cybernetically. Be the communication point for like all of these robots. That's a shitload of them.
Yeah.
Ting, make another computers plus intellect or EDU check.
An 11.
You find a research folder in under medical that is linked to a research document from the historical archive, and it details a bioweapon.
Ooh, I want that. I want to copy all of that.
The details of the bioweapon specifically state similar symptoms to what Lady Yamar is dealing with, but it also it looks like that portion has been recently updated, and originally that wasn't the purpose of this particular bioweapon, but it doesn't specifically state who this bioweapon was designed, what gene pool it seems like it's very specifically genetically, but it doesn't say who it was against. It just states that this was a bioweapon, old data, and it looks like it has been modified and updated to hit the human genome.
Okay, I will definitely copy all of that, and I will bring that to Captain Beth's attention. So I think this is all that we need. We can go now.
Beth, make one more computers plus intellect and education check.
I did not roll very good. Like 5.
So it was an easy check, which is 4+. So you, going through 37's documentation, you find one last key piece of information. And the key piece of information is that Jadeco has programmed all of its clones that were designed for psionic combat operations. They are sterile.
Oh. He must know that, so this is like a weird test or a trap or something.
Or he didn't see that part of the file. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, maybe I should tell him, and then we can kill him on our way out or something. Like, stand by before the robots get.
Well,
I'm trying to think.
if you tell him, that will mean that he has no further use for her, and she's nothing more than an object to him.
That's true. I'm having a really hard time thinking of a way to kill him or kidnap him and also have 37 survive. So I'm open to ideas.
How about we message Shenanigans and tell Shenanigans to jam all comms in any kind, way, shape, or form of everything in this immediate area. That should disrupt all of the robots from talking to each other, and during that time, we can enter mortal combat with security droids and get the fuck out, or go track dude down. I mean, he's got to.
So I will tell you.
Why don't we ask him if we can see her?
He wants us to see her.
Yeah.
It's like trying to come up with.
No, but that's what I mean. It's like he wants us to help, okay, but if he takes us to the lab, then we have him and her in the same space, and hopefully I can talk to her.
Yeah.
And
So-
there's no reason to trigger the security droid in trying to like access her or have access to him if he wants to show it off in the first place.
So I will tell you, Rexar's vote is that he wants to cut this guy in half.
Yeah, well, same.
It's
And I obviously have a soft spot for 37 because of being psionic myself, and I might be able to talk to her because I can use telepathy to talk to other psionics if she's not speaking. But I don't see a reason to have an elaborate thing to get him when he wants to take us there. So
That's a valid point, yeah. And Ting thoroughly supports collecting people.
I
We
think
can't tell her though, sorry.
We don't have to sell her. We can collect pieces of him or him.
First.
Droids.
Yeah, maybe there's lots of
I like how the assumption is that Ting wants to rescue this girl, and the assumption immediately is, okay, but we're not going to sell her.
So I think maybe what we could do we get them all in the same place. Maybe we can hostage situation the doctor. Like, grab and put a gun in his head. I don't know what his droids would do in that situation. Seems unlikely to shoot.
Does the scientist know about your medical background?
Yeah, we chatted over dinner. He was, like, really interested. He hasn't seen another human being besides 37 in, like, a really long time, so he was letting it all out.
Perhaps we could serve him tea and crumpets. It's
So-
a polite thing to do.
So
Whatever it is.
during dinner, of which none of you ate any of the food, it was a fabulous vegetarian dinner. None of you ate any of the food or drank any of the 2,000-year-old vintage strawberry sparkling wine. Tasted like Boone's Farm. The one notice that everybody recognized was that he didn't eat anything either. He would just push the food around on his plate, but he didn't eat or drink anything either. And it didn't seem to bother him that none of you ate anything. He just wanted to talk.
And he's keeping us in the officers' quarters overnight?
Correct. And so he brought you into the officers' quarters, and the last thing that you heard was the locks on the doors clicking shut. And he said that he would talk to you in the morning about
Yeah, when
your
he comes
decision.
back in the morning, let's just ask to see the lab. Feign interest in the experiment. Offer to help because of your extensive background in medicine, and will lie about it being fertility, and in we go.
Yes, the males on our ship are restricted to having erections only from certain periods of time. Too long.
I run a tight ship.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
We've physically trained our bodies from all the months in space to only be able to go full mast at certain periods of time.
So, are you guys setting a watch or?
For sleeping? Or what do you mean?
Yeah, I mean, are you gonna have anybody stay awake? You know, like 4 8-hour shifts or 4 4-hour shifts rather.
Does this guy sleep? I mean, he does. It seems like he doesn't eat. Does he sleep?
You don't know?
Okay. Shit. I don't want to use up too many of Ching-Chi's side points on this kind of shit, so I don't know. What do you think?
So, the one thing-
because his signal comes from him.
The other
He's
thing,
moving about, doing stuff, right? He's awake.
when Shenanigans came in and when you were docking, Shenanigans ran a sensor scan and only picked up one brainwave pattern in the entire
Right.
space station.
He's
a bot.
totally a robot.
Yeah,
Has to be.
he's a body bot.
So maybe we could request to see the lab now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just so excited you can't sleep, and you gotta see it now.
Yeah, totally, dude.
Like, I mean, if it requires me just sending out a communication to the source of everything walking around, you know, Dr. Hardecker, we would like to go to the lab now. This is team.
Yeah,
I
you
just
could.
thought of something though. Okay, do we have a back suit or any way to transport 37 out? Because there's like space in between here and the ship.
So in your, he basically gave you a brief tour from the op center down to the dining hall, and you saw that there was a number of supply depots, and there was one section that was the main door was open that looked like it was crew quarters, and some of the lockers were open, and you could see that there were still uniforms hanging in the lockers. So there's a good possibility that there might be a functioning vac suit somewhere available here. And I
I
mean,
mean,
the medical center was fully stocked. So
if this guy's a robot, then he must be hackable. Is the other thing I'm thinking.
I do have some robotics now, and I would be willing to try to make something to jump in. I mean, in theory, the head robot guy is sending out small updates and patch notes to the other guys, and if that could be manipulated or or even here on their home network and shoot it through, some central hub that's broadcasting to all the other robots. And if we do that, maybe we could screw up their software and zoinks them out. Make them do something really stupid that makes their power drain.
I mean, like the main guy more like, I wonder if he can like transfer his information around, like if he'll even care if we get him.
I will allow Ting. You can make a recon plus intellect or EDU check.
Recon. I have recon. This will be plus what? This will not be magical. 6.
So you look through the system, and you can see, you don't see necessarily that Hardecker is connected to the network. That doesn't mean that he's not, but what you do see is the security droids, and you see his normal other droids. The other droid, his servant droids, they're essentially, those are the black cloaked droids with a glossy face mask that appear human. They're connected. What you're seeing, though, is that they have obscenely strong ice protecting all of those systems. Intrusion countermeasures are off the charts. If you tried to hack one of these, even if you were successful in getting in, it's going to trigger an alarm.
Okay, so then the way to circumvent that is to try to trick them into clicking the download button on the image of the email and create a Trojan horse.
So you're going to do a phishing attempt?
Well, I mean, I don't have to do it in the matter of that. I mean, I can plant. In theory, if we challenge the doctor in some kind of way, he will come and access one of the files.
Although I
in
haven't
this library system.
I am a Drinaxian prince. But I am unable to access any of my accounts. If you were to deposit 5,000 credits, I would, of course, be able to pay you back 1.3 million credits, and if you were only to help me.
Well, I'm just saying, if I could put a Trojan horse in one of these information files, and we did something to trigger him to access this file, maybe he would, in essence, click, yeah, okay, I want to send the foreign prince a bunch of money because that sounds like a great deal. I mean, it's just, that's my idea of he's very secured. So, I mean, my solution to that is the Trojan horse. Have him pick up a gift of some sort or a file, and the file actually contain a virus.
So you would have to write a virus.
Yes.
So hold on here.
But I have knowledge of robotics now and computers.
Be a script kiddie, steal one.
Yeah, except that it's fucking script kids. I know, I'll just use orbital ion cannon. So I guess it really depends on how smart you want your malware to be. So I mean, essentially malware is going to be an intrusion software, but most of them, I mean, the good ones, have a little bit of intelligence available to them as far as being able to hide themselves. So I don't necessarily know that you want to go so far as it being an agent package as much as maybe an intellect package. I don't know. It's up to you.
An intellect package would be nice, I think. You know, it'd be able to kind of blend in and look like the regular medical data files that, you know, we just accessed, you know?
The other thing is time. So you're probably looking. Well, it depends on your. It depends on your computers plus intellect rule, and you can of course add the bonus for your computer packet or your computer.
Okay, if I'm going to do all that, and you're talking about time, why don't I do this quickly and get an additional -2 to the roll?
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Instead of taking my time, I'm rush jobbing it because I'm on the spot, and that way it really looks cool if I roll well and pull it off. Whereas if I roll shitty, then perhaps I'll be smart enough not to actually leave the bait out there to get caught.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. So if I get to use the bells and whistles of my computer bandwidth. So this is me speeding and hurrying and trying to do this right. It looks like I'm still going to have a +4.
Okay.
So that's not bad. There we go. 9.
So you're able to create a intrusion package that has intellect 1. So it's bandwidth 1. And you were rushing it, you're able to make that in an hour. While he's writing this, is there anything else that the rest of you want to do? Keeping in mind you have all of your equipment, grenades, etc.
I had a thought that if we break it to him at 37 is sterile, maybe we could offer to take her off his hands since it'll be work to get rid of her.
That's where I want to put my Trojan horse thing, is in the file that talks about her being sterile.
Yeah, because we could be like, oh, look.
Yeah, and he goes and looks, and there's our Easter egg toy.
So my question is, what is it that you want this malware to do?
You know, I think it would be great if it just did a system reset.
Okay.
Every computer, as it gets it, it's going to reset. When it comes back online, this stuff will be there, and it will just reset again. Keep rebooting, you know. Kind of like the 10 print, hi, fuck you, suck an egg.
Right.
You know, yeah. Next line, go to 10, you know, that type thing.
Yeah, yeah.
In a futuristic, complex, sneaky teen way, that, you know. Yeah.
Oh, man. Go-to lines. Yeah, that brings me back.
Yeah. See, I think, you know, it should be bonus for cool ability to make you reminisce in a futuristic game. I mean, yeah.
So,
it's back to the future shit. Right?
So it takes you an hour to make this program. Are you guys going to sleep through the night, or are you going to send a message to Hardecker?
Let's get this over with. I figure we're going to wake up hungrier and more pissed off, so.
Okay. So you guys might get a kick out of his token. I based this character on Shit, now I can't think of his name. The guy from the Blacklist. And so I'm using him as token. So you call him, and he, on the radio, he says, "Oh, that's splendid. I thought that you would need your rest, but evidently you're more resilient than I expected." And he comes down, and the doors open, unlock and open. And he comes stepping in. It takes him probably about a good 20 minutes to get down from ops. And when he steps in, the 2 security robots come in as well. Now, last week I described these security robots as bristling with weapons. That's a bit of an overstatement. They are equipped with dual laser pistols. Which, I mean, if you've ever watched Keith shoot somebody with his laser pistol, you know that that's bad enough. And of course, they don't have to worry about, drawing and everything. It's a part of their robot body, and they have internal batteries, which means that they pretty much are limitless. So he comes in, and he says, "Oh, excellent. So tell me, what have you decided in regards to 37? Are you going to help me with my research?"
Yes, I wanted to give her a medical exam. See if I can determine anything about fertility for you.
He says, make a deception check. A deception plus intellect check.
Eight.
He says, "Oh, certainly. We can head over there immediately."
Good deal. Let's go.
Come on here. And he tells his guards to wait at the door. There is a third guard here, and he physically talks to the guards like they are like they're people. And he leads you in. Oh. Wait a minute. Sorry, I screwed up. There we go. That's better. He has his guard stationed at the end of the hallway. And so this is the medical center. So he opens the door. She's half asleep, trying to get some rest, but quickly awakens, eyes wide open. She's still gagged. She's still in like a straitjacket and naked from the waist down, and basically strapped into this chair. She can't move. And he comes over and he's like, "Oh, feel free to conduct your examination, doctor."
Thank you. And then I imagine at this point she's going to say something psychically, right?
Yeah, I'd like to so for Mind Link, he has to be an active participant. So I guess, would it be sending thoughts first?
Yeah.
Because I'm in my mind, I'd send a thought, and then she'd be able to mind link
Okay.
after. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. It says telepathic individuals are normally open to such transmissions. So I don't know what that. Let's see. Well, use your words, Skype. You do it. Complete sentences. Go. No, apparently not. So I'm just trying to think of how difficult it'll be to send the initial message if she's also telepathic.
Well,
Because it says it's difficult, but it works on both people who are not telepathic and those that are. So I thought it would probably be easier for someone who was.
well, let me see what update 2022 has to say. So you're sending
Okay.
thoughts. Psi cost is 2.
Yep.
Yeah, difficult 10 plus. That seems excessive. Wondering to the ability to read service thoughts as the heart send those to others. Such individuals need not be telepathic themselves. Okay. Hold on here. Interesting. So, yeah, I guess it's a difficult check, but you get to add your psi modifier to that,
Okay.
of course. And I'm going to determine that, well, go ahead and make a check.
Let's see. So with my bonus, that is 10.
Okay. So what message are you sending?
I'm just going to send that we know that she's trapped and we're here to help.
Okay.
Because I don't want, as soon as we break her out, I don't want her to go into assassin murder rampage against us because she doesn't know what the hell is going on.
So you get a response back attempting to establish a mind link.
Excellent. Mission accepted.
Okay. So she, her thoughts are, what you're getting on the mind link would be like trying to watch 10 different cable channels all at the same time.
Sure.
With the sound on for each channel.
Okay.
Almost in like a panic mode.
Sure. I mean, that makes sense. So, what I want to tell her is I want to tell her to focus on the security around her, what she knows about the security around her.
Go ahead and make a link or a roll for mind link plus your psi bonus.
9.
Okay, so you're able to get this through to her, and some of these thoughts are still a jumble of panic, mostly at the idea of like, oh my god, maybe I'm going to get rescued and get out of here kind of panic.
Right.
But some of them, like you see some images of multiple previous attempts at artificial insemination. You see lots of blood drawing, and you see her being restrained by these security droids. So these droids are incredibly strong too.
Okay. So I'm going to send, I would figure that much. So I'm going to send images of like the locks and the locks on what's restraining her.
Okay.
Meaning I want to direct her focus to those things.
Okay.
So not, I mean, I know that the security droids are going to be big and scary in security. Like, that's not new information. They're going to be gnarly. So instead, I'm trying to get her to show me how to get her out.
I mean, they're the locks. They're just, you know, regular padlocks.
Okay, so that tells me that I need a key, a physical key.
Right. Yeah. She basically the message that you get back psionically is that she doesn't have any way of picking the locks.
Okay.
The rest of you.
I wanted to show me, is the key on the doctor?
Yes.
Okay.
And specifically, she sends an image of a drawer in a instrument tray on wheels that he keeps near the near where she's seated.
Can I see that tray in the room?
Yes, that tray is right there, and there's a number. There's syringes and whatnot.
Okay. So I'm gonna roll that tray to Captain and say, I believe what you're looking for.
Okay.
You'll find it in this.
So the rest of you see 37s. As soon as this psionic link is established with Ching Shi, you see 37's eyes. They're when you first come into the room and she wakes up, they're darting around at everybody. But as soon as the psionic link happens, her eyes focus directly on Ching Shi.
So I'm gonna tell Doc, I think that the instrument you need for your examination is in here.
Okay. And I'll begin looking through the drawer. Is there anything besides? There's lots of stuff besides keys, you said. Right?
Oh yeah, there's medical tubing, bandages, and you see that in the drawer. There's only one drawer in this cart. Is a ring of keys.
Yeah, maybe it'll help her unlock her diagnosis. Dr. Smith, you can unlock a diagnosis in here.
So, before grabbing the keys, I think I've been giving an exam long enough, and I want to. I mean, this is just a regular chair. There's not any kind of equipment.
It's kind of like a dentist chair. But there are built-in straps on the armrests and the feet.
Okay. So, I want to turn to the doctor and inform him that she's sterile. And is there anything in the files about this?
Go ahead and make a deception check.
12.
Oh, shit. He says, so he is shocked. And he says, really? Perhaps I didn't go over a file as well as I had expected. And so he goes over to the computer console and pulls up her file.
And that's when somebody unlocks her, I hope.
Yes.
So he goes over here. So Ting, go ahead and make a, let's see here. But this is what I get for not having the new robots handbook on my other tablet.
Hey, you guys, if we rescue 37, let's take her to Marduk. That world where, they don't have any technology stuff. They have, all primitive thingies.
Yeah.
And a robot or computer, ever again.
Right? Here we go.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
So you can make an electronics computers plus intellect for the intellect package and the intrusion package. In the quick amount of time that you were able to make it, you get an additional +2.
All right. So I get to do computer +2 for the plus intellect plus the 2 that you gave me.
Right.
Due to my quick little thing. Okay. How about a 14?
Okay. He hits the section where the malware is, and you see all of the lighting switch over to emergency lights, and you see him kind of slump over the keyboard.
Well, that's wonderful. Yeah, it's time to open his back right on up and disconnect his battery.
So Rexar wastes no time and goes up and kills Hardecker. He doesn't wait for orders. He goes up and slaughters Hardecker. And when he brings his axe down, if anybody who's seen Alien, when Ash gets all effed up, yeah, the white milk blood is coming out of him, the whole bit, and Hardecker is no more. Rexar makes sure of that.
We have time. Is there any way that I could go and retrieve his, hard drive? Can I maybe get his comm signal and copy that to do the same Trojan horse into all the robots around?
Rexar is perfectly happy to hold up his head and part of his spinal column and hand it to you.
Yes, that's what I want to do. Is I would like to try, while we're unlocking and thinking about it, I would like to try to repeat this reboot signal to all of the robots using his hardware in case his hardware is, if that's part of their security, which I think it might be.
So, who's unlocking the cuffs on 37?
I'll do it.
Okay. So, 37, you get her unlocked, and 37 is kind of holding on to Qingxi, and the only thought that you're receiving from her via the mind link is, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's get out of here.
Right.
She needs pants.
She needs a back suit.
Yeah.
If she needs pants.
Has she seen one? I mean, I would suspect someone with her training would notice those things, even if her brains have been scrambled.
So,
if she ever hoped to escape, she'd have noticed that.
She was sedated when she was brought on board.
Okay.
Alright, we still need, we need to find a vaccine.
But
I'm not too worried about the droids. Who's going to give them the signal to attack? Like, nobody. So, I doubt that they're going to do anything.
You know that there is a set of crew quarters directly north of the medical bay.
Alright, so I'll explain that, we're going to get her out as soon as we can, but we need a vac suit for her, and let's go find one.
Okay. So you want to head for the crew quarters, correct?
Yeah. Which I might need cover.
So as you move into the crew quarters, which is up here, you pass a couple of guard bots. There is a guard bot that was on patrol in here, and this is kind of like a barracks situation. All of these bots are shut down.
Nice. Okay.
Or at least not shut down. They're in standby mode.
Okay.
They're kind of like what Windows does when it's receiving an update.
Right. So could I, just take one of these robots, in theory, just kind of, turn them off and bring them with us?
Are they on wheels?
They are.
Oh, holy shit. Okay, maybe we can take one.
Right, is that okay? Can I get a pet, Captain?
If you can transport it, then I'm alright with you doing that.
So
Good luck.
these robots are quite large. They're like the size of Rexar, and they kind of move around on a single wheel, kind of like a Segway, but it's a unicycle wheel.
Right. Like just open up the thing and manually drive it?
No. So the rest of you, hold on here. So Ting, you would want to make a. Do you have mechanics?
I might need to ask.
Or if you have robotics, I would allow you to roll robotics.
I have robotics.
Go ahead and roll robotics plus intellect or EDU. And then I will come back to you. The rest of you. The rest of you, everybody can roll an investigate plus intellect check.
I got a 9.
Okay.
I got
7.
Got 10.
What did Beth get?
I'm too busy trying to find a vaccine to investigate and notice anything important.
What
I
did?
got 13.
So
because I rolled like shit all Saturday, and now.
Yeah, now you're gonna rock it. So Beth finds a usable vac suit in one of the ship lockers. It's gonna be a little bit big on 13. She looks like she's a 17-year-old girl, and this vac suit's made for a grown man. So it's gonna be a little baggy on her, but it should still seal.
Excellent. I'm sure she's glad just to not be half naked.
So, who wants to help her into the vac suit? Somebody's going to need to make a vac suit plus intellect check.
I can do it. Let's see. 12.
Okay, so She's helping her get into the vac suit. So, Ting, you get into this robot, and you discover that all of these robots are capable, they don't have to be connected to the network. They are each capable of independent action. They are each their own intellect program. You also discover that the clock is ticking, this reset. You now have about 8 minutes left before the reset turns these robots back on.
Yeah, well, we should go. We have 8 minutes, and these things. If there's one near the ship, maybe we can scoop it up and play with it. But Captain, I highly advise we leave now.
Did we get the biotech? Did we download the biotech information we needed?
Yeah, he took a copy of it.
He made a copy of the whole thing. Okay, cool.
We're keeping the evil scientist robot's head, I assume.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah, I want to bring his hard drives and stuff, definitely.
Well, yeah, you've got his head, so.
Let's hoof it out of here, though. 8 minutes.
Raptor needs a reward.
Yeah,
Okay.
We could rename him Bob and just activate him. He'll be just ahead.
So with her getting into the vac suit and basically galumphing along in this oversized vac suit, because it's oversized, she kind of looks like a little bit like Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, because the air has kind of bloated the suit around her thin little girl arms and legs, and so and of course the boots don't fit very well, so she looks like a little kid walking around in Dad's work boots. It's taking you longer to get to where you need to be. This, of course, is the elevator that will lead you down to the wreckage of the docking ring. Everybody make a recon plus intellect check.
Eight.
11.
8.
Wait, so recon plus what?
Intellect?
Oh, thank God. 11.
Okay. As you're running past this supposedly inactive droid, you hear beep, 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 and like the whirring of gears as it comes to life. It does not get a surprise on you because you were adequately reconnaissance. Everybody roll initiative.
Died.
So you got a 1. Wow, look at the quick draw on Cheng-Shi. And Keith, you got a 0?
Yeah, I did.
Let me make sure I did that right. So I rolled 10, and then I'm in my battle dress, so my dexterity is +2.
Yep,
Which would be 12, and then I subtracted 8, which made it 4, yeah?
that's correct.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
Yep, your initiative is your effect over or under the average of 8+. Which, quite honestly, Carl and I had this conversation. It doesn't really matter. I mean, if you if you just put the number that you rolled in, it's the same. So, yeah. Anyways. So, Cheng-Shi, you hear this thing beep and start to whir. What do you want to do?
I want to put myself between the droid and 37.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of are. I'm assuming that she's in the middle of your little quad here.
Yeah, I just want to make sure she's surrounded. I'd like to make sure she's surrounded by battle dress.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I'm going to shoot the droid with my advanced combat rifle.
Okay. I need to.
Oh, I'm gonna miss. 3, 4, 2, what do I get to add? My gun combat?
Gun combat plus dex.
What? 7, and then I have it on auto.
Okay, so advanced combat rifle, that is a
It's a
+3
auto. Yeah.
to
so
damage.
10.
So yeah.
Oh, +3 damage.
Yeah.
No, so it was 7.
So a 7 is going to miss. Hold on here.
Shameful.
Minor action. Well, is there anything you'd like to do? Do you want to move or?
Which, well, I don't want to move so much that I'm then on my own against another droid. Which way is the ship?
You want to go to the southeast to this door.
Okay. And I will move a little bit. I'm going to move, but take 37 with me.
Okay. All right.
Because I'm going to assume everyone will cover it.
Okay. So, Ting, what would you like to do?
So the security droid is powering up, correct?
Yes.
It's not fully activated yet?
It will be on its turn.
Oh, well, then fair enough. I want to run up to it, and I want to use the grappling rules. And seeing as it's not powered on, it should give me that much of a fight of an unarmed combat check. And I want to push it to the ground.
Okay. I will allow you. You can make a strength or dex. So it would be melee unarmed plus your choice of either strength or dex. You get a boon to that roll.
All right. So this will be +2
And
total.
he's getting a bane, which wasn't that awful. So, yeah. You need to beat a 10.
I did not. I got a 9.
Okay, so you are attempting to move him, but he just, you grab him and it's like, you know, you can feel the gears fighting against you, kind of locking him in place. Keith, what would you like to do?
Well, I would like to use anything, minor actions or anything, to go ahead and run to the door.
Well, your minor action was running up to him.
Okay, then fair enough. I will stand there and look foolish.
Keith, what would you like to do?
I don't know if I can help. So maybe I should shoot.
But he's right there. I don't know. Is Ting in danger if you shoot in that direction? I don't know. Genuinely, I'm asking.
No, he's big enough that you could shoot, and I mean, you would have to disastrously roll. You'd have to get a -6 to manage to hit Ting.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot at him with my laser rifle.
Okay.
Sorry, I added that wrong. That's 15.
Oh, darn. So that's an exceptional success, +7 to damage.
Plus 7. Whew. 35.
Oh, Jesus. So, yeah. You core that robot, like, right through the electronic brain, and it just falls to the floor in a smoking heap. Ting's, like, left holding the arms. That's all that's left of this robot. Minor action. Keith, did you want to use your minor action to move at all?
Best I can.
Did you?
Can you move?
Yeah, did you want to move at all?
Yeah, definitely move. I'm gonna head towards that door.
How much are you allowed to move?
6 meters.
Okay. Here you go.
Okay. This security, well, there's 2 security droids. This one. Wait, hold on. I need to look at this again. What is their movement? Oh, I was wrong. Their movement's only 5 meters. But that's still enough. This one is going to fire its laser pistol at Beth. It has... Okay, 2. And it misses with a 6. This one is going to fire on Keith. Oh, are you kidding me? And rolls Snake Eyes and misses with a 4. God, those are some pathetic security drones. This one can move there. One's going to move there. This one is going to shoot at Ching Shi. Hits with a 9 for a +1 to damage. That probably doesn't even barely leave a burn mark on your battle dress for 8 points. And this one, what is the range on all these?
No, it didn't even make the ding sound as it hit the armor and ricocheted off.
Right. Yeah, it didn't do shit. Oh, yeah. This last one's going to take a shot at Ting.
I'd like to use my reaction to dodge and impose a -2 on its attack.
You can certainly do that.
Yeah.
And he misses with a 6.
Yes.
All right.
That means I get a -2 on the next round, I believe.
-1 on your next turn. It's -1 for each reaction. Captain Beth, what would you like to do?
Shit. Okay, is 37 super exposed? I don't know. Maybe
So,
just ahead.
Ching Shi has 37.
Okay.
Kind of by the arm and kind of dragging her along and trying to block her with battle dress.
So if I focus on moving, I can travel how many meters again?
18.
18? Oh my gosh, make it to the door. Alright, everybody dash. I'll yell retreat as a reaction and just
Okay.
flip it over. Fuck this.
So you get into the airlock. The inner airlock door is locked shut.
Shit. I yell.
Ching Shi, what would you like to do? Whew, the upstairs neighbors are having a good time. Either that or there's a skunk in the backyard.
I'm going to follow suit and run our butts to the door.
Okay.
And I think that was about, let me see, I think that was about 12, like here, 9 or so. So if I moved 9.
I would say you would have one more minor action available if you wanted to take aim.
Yeah, I'll aim outward.
Okay.
To cover anybody who's running in.
So you got these two guys up here. This guy right here you would have a line of sight on if you wanted to aim on him. That'll give you +1 on your next turn.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. Mr. Ting, what would you like to do?
Well, the only thing I could think to do is to run up out of this area and follow my friends.
All right. Let's see here.
Yeah.
Let's see. That is... Yeah, you can get inside the airlock.
That's where I'd like to go.
Okay.
And if I can take cover, that's even better.
Yeah. So all of you are able to take some cover in this airlock. The outer door, of course, is open. That's how you guys are getting in. I would say that it gives you enough cover. It will give you a +6 bonus to armor, and as far as cover goes. Keith Clark, what would you like to do?
I would also like to run into the airlock.
Oh, you mean you don't want to heroically stay out there and cover everybody's retreat?
No.
Learned your lesson, didn't you? Okay, so yeah, you all have +6 to your armor while you're in there. Let's see here. These guys. Oops, that's too far. I don't know why I made these guys with 5 meters worth of movement. That's kind of stupid. One's going to shoot at Keith. One's going to shoot at Ting. Miss.
And -2
Ooh.
with dodging.
Okay. So the -2, he still hits with a 9. But, like I said, you have +6 to your armor. So that would be 13 damage. But you have +6 to your armor. So what's your current armor with the +6?
6.
Total?
Well, yeah, I've been wearing silk clothes. I really wasn't a combat guy.
Oh.
I just picked up this. So, yeah, but that's 6 off there. And so that'll empty out.
So you take
my
7 endurance damage.
Yeah, which will end my endurance. And I'll take 1 off of strength.
Oof, ouch. All right, this guy is going to move there. He's going to try and make a shot on Beth, but he's going to be at -2 because of his angle. And he misses. And this guy can only move there. Well, I guess he could make himself more. Yeah, he'll use all of his minor actions to move there, and that's all he does. Beth, what would you like to do? So this panel, somebody's going to have to electronically hack this panel in order to get the airlock to cycle so that it'll open to the elevator.
Yeah, we can't get, like, it doesn't matter now if we let all the air out, you know?
That's true.
Wait, so if that means that Ting's in a vac suit, does not provide more than just
Oh,
underwear?
that is
And
true.
if he was in any kind of vac suit at all, he's got more protection than just underwear.
That is true. So, Ting, I would say that your armor is actually 8. It's a TL10 vac suit. So
Which if his armor's 8, and
so that means you only took 5 damage.
Yeah, 8 plus.
Yeah, 8. Oh, that's right. 8 plus 6. So you didn't take anything.
That's right.
Which means on his turn he can hack the panel.
That's right. Well, I mean, he could hack the panel on his turn anyways, but at least you didn't take any damage. That's a good point.
He won't be slowly bleeding to death while he's trying to do it.
We'll advocate.
So, Beth, what would you like to do?
I guess, like, how tough does this airlock look?
Well, it's an airlock. They're fairly resilient, to be honest.
Okay.
I mean, it is. When I say fairly resilient, airlocks are designed to. A space airlock would be designed to pressurize to 0, or excuse me, depressurize to 0, and keep on the other side of that door once it's closed 1 Earth atmosphere from coming in. So I mean, it's
Pretty sturdy.
yeah.
Okay, I think what I want to do more is like provide cover since I have a good suit. It's kind of hard to do with this grid, but I want to
Right.
stand in the way.
No, that's
And
fine.
Tell team to, hack or blast the door open. I don't care which one, and I'll shoot this guy.
Okay, go for it.
So that's 11.
That is a hit. Plus 3 to damage.
Okay. I'm shooting the Nova gun.
Okay.
That was really good. Okay. Mm. 14.
Oof. Let's see here.
And
So
rainbow flash.
it's going to be that way, is it? All right. He takes 9 and is still moving around. Ching Shi, what would you like to do?
I'm just sort of following Captain's lead. There's still a little gappy Gafferson right there, so I'm
Yep.
going to move into that gap and human shield it up while Ting hacks the door.
Okay.
And let's see, I guess stepping forward, I'll fire on him.
Okay.
And hopefully not misfire at short range like I did last time. Yeah, not much better. Well,
All right. So that's a plus 4 to damage. Plus,
and then I
plus
got
3
auto
for
reroll.
yep.
So
Plus 3
that-
for burst.
Yeah.
And actually, let me just double check something here.
That'd be 21.
Okay. Yeah. Ew. Yeah, you see a bunch of sparks and whatnot come out of this guy, but he is still moving around. But you can see oil and sparks, fire coming out of his interior. He's not doing so great.
Okay.
So, give me 1 second. I want to look at something real quick here. I mean, we won't change what just happened, but I want to see what the range needs to be for full auto fire. Let's see here.
In anticipation of the doors opening, I'm going to also tell 37 to hold on to something. So
Okay.
She doesn't go flying out. I know she's in a back suit, but I don't want her to go flying out the door.
Okay.
Having learned my lesson previous times venting things.
So so with full auto, and the advanced combat rifle has auto 3. So you can make a number of attacks equal to the auto score. These attacks can be made against separate targets so long as they are within 6 meters of one another. Full auto uses a number of rounds equal to 3 times the auto score. So you could have made shots against both of these guys.
Okay.
Just as a a future reference if you want to go, multiple.
Noted.
Ting, you are in front of this door. Do you want to try to hack it?
Yeah. While I'm preparing to hack, I do happen to know the doctor's password for his medical files. That might be a super magical password that works on everything.
So
and that would make things wonderful.
that is true. You have already been inside the network. So if you want to make a computers plus intellect plus your intrusion, I will allow you to make that roll with a boon.
Oh, wonderful. Then I'll do that. So this will be my intellect plus, these will be plus 6s. 3d6 plus 6. See what happens. Okay, so 4 and 4 and 8 plus 6 is 14.
Okay, so you hack the door open, and Ching-Shi, Keith, and Beth make a athletics dex check. If you don't have athletics, you can just roll dex.
I got 10.
Nice.
I got 8.
I had 11.
Okay, you guys have no problem ducking out of the way. You see these outer airlock doors shut. Inner airlock door opens up after a minute of cycling. And just like before, so you know that there's no elevator here. It's just an elevator shaft that leads down, that you just basically free float down to the docking ring. As you are attempting to float down this elevator shaft, you can see from up above you, you can see that there are sparks coming off of that outer airlock door, probably from laser fire as it's hitting, but you can't hear anything because you're in a vacuum.
Can I, I don't know about Heather, but hold on to third, because she's going to be panicking. We just saved you, and now you're space jumping. So hold on to 37, and then use my battle dress flying features.
Yes, you can.
I
So
just want to go first year.
yeah, so you kind of grab onto her suit. There's plenty of material to grab onto, and you kind of use your suit. You're kind of leading the way down because you're the only one with flight assist. The only downside of it would be that you have a -2 to anything you do because you are gripping onto her.
That's okay.
And you get out into the docking ring once you get down below. Everybody make another athletics dexterity check.
Can I send a message to Shenanigans to go ahead and power up and prepare for our arrival?
Oh, you certainly can.
I would like to do that. All right.
I'm sorry, what'd you get?
I got 8.
Okay.
I got a 6.
I had 9.
Okay. What'd Beth get?
8.
Okay. So everybody, except for Ting's having a little bit of difficulty climbing down this shaft, and it's kind of slowing you guys down a bit. Well, not really slowing you down, but he's further back than the rest of you. And Ting gets hit by a laser. They have gotten through the door upstairs, and one of the droids is firing down the shaft. He hits Ting. Oof, for 16.
All right, so that means I'll half that into 8.
Right.
Because of my vac suit. And that's okay. I will take my endurance off. And 2 for my strength. Right.
The other problem is that with a shot that good, your suit now has a leak.
Right.
We are at the top of the round. Ching-Shi, you can see this flash of light hit Ting right in the back. You're at the front of this group. I guess it's more like, hold on, I will place you how this is really kind of going. It's more like that. As you are making your way down, you can see this flash of light. And when you look over your shoulder, you can see a puff of black smoke and the telltale sign of escaping Atmo coming out of Ting. And you see at the top of the shaft this droid shooting down at you.
Okay. Is there anything I can do to help?
Well, not really, because I mean, you're holding on to.
Using the flight assist to go get him. Like, and then I'd have 2 people, but.
Yeah, you could do that. You'd be at a -4 for anything. Yeah, I'd allow you to do that.
Okay.
Put a vac suit of person under each arm and.
Carry it around.
Okay, so yeah, you go and you grab Ting.
Just don't ask me to do anything, because now I'm at like -4.
And when
So
you grab Ting, you look into the faceplate. You can see he's kind of pale.
Yeah. I'm just gonna take my chewing gum out, put it over the whole. No, I know. Right now. But we're gonna go as fast as we can.
Okay. Ting, you are now under her arm. Is there anything that you would like to do?
I would like to send out the little ping that I recorded earlier of the protocols saying that I'm an android and I'm okay.
Okay.
I don't know what else I can do, but it's a random chance that it might confuse Zippy's shooter guy.
Make a deception plus intellect check.
Oh, yeah. A deceitful person. So, that's what 2 plus 2. Yeah. All right. Not bad, I guess.
So you got, what, an 8?
No, it's plus 2. I have to roll. And I got a 14.
Nice. Okay.
Credit. Double 6s.
The robot ceases fire.
I am not the droid you're looking for.
Keith, what would you like to do? Keep going or take a shot?
How far are we from this, from the ship?
You got one more floor to go. The robot is probably about 10 levels up. I would say the robot's a good 60 meters away. But, like, the floor below you is maybe 10 meters.
I think, yeah,
Actually,
I'll take a shot at the robot that's sticking its head down.
It just got changed. Okay.
I actually have a picture of what this high port looks like, or at least I found a picture. So this is kind of what it looks like. You are at one end, or the top end, and you're going towards this ring, which is the docking ring. And there it is. And the interior of the docking ring is a mess. It looks like this. Just a bunch of shit floating around all over the place. So what'd you get for your shot?
Sorry, I haven't shot yet. I was just thinking about it. So maybe it makes sense to try to get to the ship as quickly as possible instead.
Okay. You can do that. All right. Security droids do not continue to fire. They think that Ting is a robot. Beth, what would you like to do?
So I don't think I have any duct tape to fix the holes in the suit.
I would say that you probably do have a sealant.
Oh.
I would think that every vac suit would have a pouch with an emergency sealing package.
I want to seal up Ting since he saved our asses so much.
Okay. Go ahead and make a vac suit plus intellect or EDU, your choice.
Well,
Okay, so you seal up this suit. Ting is left with another 10 minutes of air.
whew, okay. Better than it was.
Yeah, it's better than, not breathing. Everybody make one more athletics dexterity check.
Even us that are being flown.
No. If you're being flown, you don't need to make it.
Ting will relax and enjoy the ride.
Yes.
I got a 12.
Don't relax that much, because remember, I have to subtract 4.
Right.
Which means that I got 7.
Oof. What Keith got?
11.
Okay. So
So all that shit that's floating, I need you to be the one to push it out of the way as we go by.
so Ting, wow, it's only 4 points of damage. So I would say your vac suit still takes that damage, but yeah, Ting's head bounces off of a floating crate. But you guys are able to finally get to Shenanigans. Hold on a second here.
Whew. Okay, we need to patch Ting up when we get a chance.
Yeah.
Thank you.
UFO.
So let's see here. Wait, did I do that right? Yes, I
Could
did.
we blow the station up too on our way out? There's no people on it, but there's probably bad juju all over it. So can we nuke it?
So the first thing that happens is that Shenanigans, as you're boarding, says, that the nuclear torpedoes are still locked onto the ship.
Oh, crap.
That means someone needs to make a sensors check to break the sensors lock, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, somebody could attempt to do some. Could do if Ching Shi wants to do some fancy flying, Keith Clark could do a countermeasures sensors check. Beth, you need to make a medic plus intellect or EDU check to patch up Ting. Let's do that one first.
16.
Oh,
So that's 8 points back. That's
everything.
yeah. So first aid
Okay.
patches him up. Ching
Thank
Shi,
you.
go ahead and make a piloting plus dex check.
Okay. Now, I put everyone down, right?
Yes, yes.
So I'm back to normal dexterity. Okay. Memorized by now. 3. Ooh, 11.
Okay, so you undock and disembark from Von Braun. Keith Clark, you can make a electronic sensors plus intellect or education check. And because this is military grade sensors, you get a +2 to countermeasures. So intellect plus sensors +2.
12.
Ooh. So Keith is able to jam the target lock. And Ching Shi bolts. Ching Shi, where are you going? Are you heading down to the planet? You still haven't made it to the planetary surface yet, which is kind of what was the goal.
What are Captain's orders? That's the question.
Sure, let's do it. I mean, that's kind of the thing we need to do in order to obtain this shenanigans as a ship. So
Right, yeah, because Dame Coraline Petrovsky wants to go to her ancestral home.
Okay, but I'm curious. Can we blow the lab up?
feel free. Follow your heart.
Is that something we're allowed to do?
Yeah?
The reason not to? I mean, like, if it's Skyport, is that like the only thing that helps the planet be connected to spacecraft? In which case, probably don't blow it up.
Well, I mean,
Just
not.
a stupid lab.
This planet is technically uninhabited at this point.
Okay. So yeah, I move as a crew member. I move that we nuke the lab, but let 37 push the button.
Second.
Yeah, sure. I'm fine with that.
Okay, all in favor? Excellent.
Well,
And I think
Okay.
Lexar would be on board too. So having no opposition, let's nuke it.
Okay, so let's see here. Shenanigans does have a missile rack. And so. Oops, shit. Sorry. I hit the wrong button. There I am.